Good afternoon, and welcome to VMT News. My name is Octavio Gutierrez. We start with our story with the Texas Commission on the Arts approving 3 new cultural districts in the state of Texas, one of which being right here in our city. The other 2 are in San Antonio and Dallas. Cultural districts are important to cities as they can attract businesses and tourism. The district will be a blend of both American and Mexican culture, highlighting that Laredo is one of the most Hispanic cities, not only in Texas, but the entire country, being a border city and all. The new district will be composed of Avenida San Bernardo, the historic Fort McIntosh, and El Centro. Plans of new stores, live entertainment, and festivals for George Washington's birthday are already in place. The district can help residents realize and learn more history of their city. Moving on towards a national story, following the mess of the 30,000 Haitian migrants that flooded Texas, Bo Nettleton, the commissioner of Valverde County, is calling on neighboring border cities and counties to come together to file a lawsuit against the Biden administration. According to Nettleton, this crisis was in the making as a result of 20 years of failed immigration policies from both political parties in Washington. He says the lawsuit will make the problem magically disappear, but rather to bring more attention to the issue from the federal politicians in our nation's capital. Nettleton adds that the current crisis is inexcusable. President Biden continues to be criticized by Republicans and his own party, the Democrats. Speaking of President Biden, our next national story will briefly cover his approval numbers that are still falling. According to a poll conducted by ABC News, Joe Biden stands at a 45% approval compared to a 49% disapproval, a 5% difference. As expected, most of the disapproval comes from Republicans and independents, but what the current president and his administration should be worried about is the disapproval that is also coming from Democrats. Biden's highest approval at this point is his handling of the pandemic and infrastructure, but even those are on the decline when you compare last month's poll. Approval for handling of the pandemic are down 7 points, while disapproval on infrastructure is up 9 points. Approval numbers concerning the president's handling on immigration, gun violence, and Afghanistan are all the way down in the 30s. And now on to a story relating to the state of Texas. The Federal Department of Justice is helping parents of disabled children overturn Texas Governor Greg Abbott's ban on mask mandates within public schools. Filing a formal statement Wednesday, the department states that Abbott's ban violates the rights of disabled children even if their city school district offers the students the option to go through with virtual learning. Texas parents see this as symbolic, as it doesn't happen too often that this country's government would step into a case that normally would be dealt with by state judges. Attorneys for the disabled students argue that the mask mandate should be decided by local districts, since they know the students in their area better than the state politicians in Austin. Moving down a bit more south in the state, the San Antonio area is having an election for a seat in the Texas House of Representatives. There are currently 5 candidates running for the seat. 3 Democrats and 2 Republicans. Republican candidate John Lujan currently leads with 40% voter support, while Democratic candidate Frank Ramirez only has 20% voter support. This election is actually special as Democrat Representative Leo Pacheco resigned to become an educator at San Antonio Community College. Lujan right now is busy campaigning based on his past experience in business and law enforcement. Ramirez, on the other hand, is only 27, but was the zoning and planning director for one of the city's council members. The Texas Democratic Party does not currently endorse a single one of the candidates separately, but instead calls Ramirez and the other 2 Democrat candidates as strong. We'll be right back with weather and more. Stay tuned.
I thought we'd be on the same page about this, and we're not.
How do I know the way I'm going to respond to it?
I want you to get the vaccine because I want you to be safe.
What if you end up in the hospital? That's what I'm scared of.
If you was to die, man, that would literally kill me, man.
Can I hug you?
Yeah. If it made you feel that way, bro, I'll probably do. I love you too.
Thank you for staying with us. On to the weather. For Thursday, October 14th, expect a high of 97 degrees and a low of 76 degrees. We predict a 60% probability of precipitation. The winds will blow 8 miles per hour in the west. The next day, Friday, we'll have a high of 95 degrees, a low of 62 degrees, and a 58% precipitation probability. And the winds will blow 6 miles per hour in the east-northeast. Both Thursday and Friday, we're also supposed to have a thunderstorm, so make sure to get home as soon as possible. Finally, on Saturday, you can relax. In fact, we will actually have a pretty cool day with a high of 74 degrees and a low of 58 degrees. By Saturday, chances of participation will be almost non-existent, as only a 5% chance. And our winds will blow 7 miles per hour in the north-northeast.
Hi, everyone. Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
Only you can prevent wildfires.
but I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Thank you for being with us. In sports, Brittany Williams, girlfriend of Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen and former Fresno State cheerleader, shared pictures on her Instagram account showing off her party bus as she and her group of friends arrived at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Williams and her group celebrated each touchdown the Bills made with shots of tequila. Williams also calls the team's fans the best in the world, showing off pictures of them in ponchos due to the rain on that day. Basketball legend LeBron James even commented on the success of the Bills, calling Josh Allen a beast, and returned the favor by calling James the King on Twitter. Allen and Williams both grew up in the city of Fireball, California, but lost touch when college came around. However, only until 2018 did they start dating. For entertainment news, Daniel Craig, the actor famous for playing the British spy known as James Bond, will be retiring from the role after playing the character for 5 films. The next Bond film, No Time to Die, which comes out this month, will be Craig's last film, which leads to fans speculating who will his successor be. Since the character is British, fans think the replacement actor will also be British, which is why Tom Hardy, famous for Venom and the Mad Max series, is getting tossed around. Other British actors getting tossed around online are Henry Cavill and Tom Hiddleston. The reason for these two being mentioned that both became famous for roles in action flicks. Fans also think the next 007 will be black, with Regé-Jean Page and Idris Elba, both British as well, also being speculated around the web. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We hope that you are here with us next time here at VMT News. Have a great day.